Hey, so this is just going to be a quick walkthrough of how I installed this Joying 8.1 inch head unit into a 2019 Tacoma TRD off-road, but I don't think that last part matters that much. So I'm not going to actually do it just because I finished up with it and it took a couple hours, mainly because all of the wiring, and I wanted to make it and kind of like hide it so you can't see it, and I think I did a pretty good job of it. So yeah. First thing you want to do is rip this guy off right here. You're going to need an 8 and a 10 millimeter socket head, and you're going to use the 10 millimeter, 1, 2, 3, 4 screws behind this guy to take off the headset inside there, the head unit inside there. Then there's 2 brackets a bracket on each side of the head unit. Use the 8 millimeter to take the bracket off each side. Mount that on the side of your new head unit, and there's only going to be 1 screw available because it doesn't use all 5 screws on each side. It works out in the end. Get your wiring harness, or they call it the CAN bus, and just start plugging and playing. There's all the wires back there. You're only going to not use like 1 or 2 depending if you have steering controls or not, but just plug everything in that makes sense, and then plug the 1 main power plug into the Joying head unit. And what I did because they give you the microphone, they give you a GPS antenna, and they give you the 2 4G bars if you're going to put a SIM card in there. I wanted to wire it nicely so you can't see any of the wires and it's all hidden. So I took off this dash here, took off this dash here, and hid the wiring in the lining of the door and the chassis side of the car, under there and behind the dash, through there and into there. Same thing, I took off this guy. You have to take off that piece and a piece off the side. This one has 2 screws. This, you can just start popping out and pulling out. I don't want to do it now. And yeah, it's pretty plug and play. It comes out really like fresh and smooth, doesn't like butt out or super recessed anywhere. It's very minorly recessed there, like maybe a 0.5 millimeter to 1 millimeter. You're not gonna mind it. It looks so much better and just feels so much better. I've only been using it for like an hour or so since I've installed it and got it running, and it's just so much better than the Entune head unit. The Entune head unit sucks. This is so much better. Bigger screen, better probably DPI. Yeah, it's bright, it's awesome. Already started downloading some of the apps on it because it runs on some like Android software. Got Gaia GPS. All the steering controls work, didn't have to map or program anything. Gives you car info settings. You can do like trips. Yeah, it tracks everything, like literally whether your things are locked or not. So I don't know when you might need that, but it can tell you when you're turning right, when you're turning left, the turn on the lights, just the width light. I don't know when I would use that because I'm just gonna turn it on when I want to and turn it off when I don't. And tire pressure monitoring system, and then this has a bunch of options that I haven't really delved into that much, but seems pretty interesting. It has the option for a 4G SIM card, but right now I'm just running it off my other phone's mobile hotspot down there. Actually, I think it's my home Wi-Fi right now, but when I was driving around before, I was doing off the mobile Wi-Fi, or the mobile hotspot. It's got this, like, I don't think it's proprietary, but whatever the GPS came with, or whatever the head unit came with, this was the default GPS. But right now I have it set to Google Maps, so that's super awesome. Looks super pretty. The only thing that I'm not that happy about, which is kind of ironic because the whole reason I got it was for the Android Auto, And the Android Auto, I'm almost 100% sure you need to use a USB wire that comes out of the back of it, and you need to plug it in. It's not Bluetooth enabled, so you can't actually just, like let your phone come in and not have to plug it into USB. But anyway, when it runs, they have the Android Auto software run through this, it looks like a proprietary software or something they found, some like off brand thing. It's called Z-Link. I'm not really sure what it is, but it knocks down the quality from like whatever this is, like 1440 or P and 1080p to, I don't know, 480 or 360p, and it kind of looks like shit. So I was like, well, that's unfortunate. But the whole layout with Google Maps and Gaia GPS and whatever this is, iGo Prime Next Gen, it might be a Chinese thing, I have no idea. But they all look super pretty and work really well. The Google Assistant works awesome. I just can't use it right now because my phone would go off and just would overlap. Yeah, I can watch videos if I want. If I really wanted to, I think I could plug like an RGB, like yellow, and then the two left and right audio in to just like a GameCube or something like that. I have no idea. But yeah, highly recommend so far, but these are just initial impressions, so I can't really speak to the durability or longevity of it really. But we will see, because I'm going to give it some good use soon.